Prime Minister Andrew Holness has described some of the nation's children as being silent victims of the coronavirus pandemic. They don't necessarily have a voice of their own to make public complaints about how they have been deprived of their education over the last year and a half since we have had to close schools, said Holness. The truth is that some students are able to deal with the online learning modality since their parents can afford the devices needed and proper internet connectivity. However, the Prime Minister lamented that there was a large number of Jamaicans who are not able to take advantage of online learning. They have no tablets or computers, the internet is unreliable or non-existent, and their household environment is such that they either have to compete for the use of devices or they don't have a quiet space within which they could properly participate in online learning platforms. More importantly, they do not have the parental supervision to ensure that their children are actually participating in a meaningful way in online learning, added Holness. He said that many children, instead of participating in a learning activity, are running up and down on the streets. Holness warned that as a country, the society will pay for this over time if we do not increase the urgency and the pace at which we return to normalcy. The Prime Minister lamented that some Jamaicans are unable to make the connection between the return to normality and vaccination. There are those who believe that the country can return to normal, abandon the protocols and not take any vaccines, and all will be fine. I think we have learned from that experience a few months ago that, as we choose to open up our economy, and if our vaccination levels are low, we're always at risk of our health system being overrun, being overburdened, being on the brink of collapse, which will then force us to go into lockdowns once again, Holness said. The Prime Minister also pleaded with those harboring thoughts that the government is imposing restrictions on their movements through lockdowns and gathering limits and who do not believe they are necessary. If those thoughts continue to hold and people begin to be non-compliant,